You're not sitting next to nobody that's stinking. Like that's an added bonus right there. You know, even when the trains get like packed up, it's still it's alright. But anyway, so I'm out and I'm going from place to place. I had just gone and like had a little lunch and good ass snack or whatever. So I had to run to like two more cities, everything else, and then later on that night, I make it back here. I make it back to Asakusa. Now, for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, I was just getting different things done, and then I'm like, okay, I need to go eat. My ass gets up. I'm like, wait a minute, I feel kind of light right now. What the fuck? So I'm checking myself, everything else, and then I'm like, no, 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 no. So somewhere between going from one city to the next, whether it was on a train or on a bus, or even when I was out, just like in the crowds and everything else during like the different festivals, I dropped my damn wallet. So normally, first off, I used to hate carrying wallets. I just didn't do it. I would not do it because I know how prone I was to like leaving shit sitting somewhere or whatever. But if I did, I would keep it in my right front pocket. But that day, I remember I left out of the spot I was having lunch. I grab everything and I'm putting my wallet in my jacket pocket. Worst thing you can do. So while I'm out, at some point in time, whether it was sitting down and getting up or like moving around throughout everything, I dropped my wallet and it had loot in it. I'm talking loot. Now the stupid part about it too is that I had nothing else in that wallet. So I kept my ID in my left pocket as well as my one of my passports. I always keep one on me at all points in time. And then I had what was it? One card. My other bank card was in the wallet, along with two other bank cards, but they really don't matter because there's no facial ID on them. And then besides that, those cards specifically, I can't use here. I had to transfer everything from bank to another card. And luckily, my friends made me get that account. You know what? I'm going to say this right now. If you don't have a Cash App and you don't have a Cash App card, get it. It saved my ass on a couple of different occasions. And my friends in the States were the ones who told me to get it before I had even left too. They were like, bro, just have it on you at all points because it just makes sense. And I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. Because I really didn't trust using it. But when I got here, what was funny is since my I had cash on me and I transferred all my cash over to yen, and then I went to go and pull cash, and my bank card didn't work, and I was like, the what is happening right now? So I hit the bank up, everything else. They explained everything to me, and I'm like, oh. So then I just had this brainiac ass idea, and I'm like, you know what? Let me hit Cash App up real quick, and I hit them up, and they were like, yes, you can use your card there. Not only that, and if you have a 7-Eleven, something like that around you, you'll be able to pull money. And I'm like, whoa. So I transferred everything from the bank over to that card and then pulled all the cash out because on that Monday, because I didn't think about this, I was going to set up a bank account, but banks were closed till Tuesday. Between Monday and Tuesday, of course, I lose everything, which, whatever. One thing I will say that helped out a ton was my homegirl. Like we were talking about shit, whatever, and she found out, and she was just like, "No, no, 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 no." She hit me. She hit me with 100. And let me tell you something real quick. Somebody asked me today. B asked me earlier. He was like, "So wait, $100, you gonna be good for 2 weeks on 100?" Which is gonna bring me into the cost of living here. And whatever that sound is in the background, I have no idea, but I'm gonna have to figure it out. But anyway, and B, again, what you did, thanks, my boy. Thank you so much. Like, I appreciate the hell out of it. So, everyone always says it's extremely expensive to live in. Hold up. What the hell is that? Are you guys hearing that little beep in the background? All right, but anyway, everybody says it's extremely expensive to live in Tokyo, everything else. And honestly, that's more so for people, I think, who are coming on a holiday, vacation, whatever you want to call it. So once I'm set up in the other place, this place not costing me that much at all either. But once I'm set up fully in the other place, it's going to cost me somewhere around, I'm going to say 80,000 yen. All right, 80,000 yen is about 530, 500, 500 between 530 and $540 American. Now that includes there's a cleaning service that comes to clean my spot every month too. Not just that, but that includes my electric, my water, all of that is included in there. The only other outside cost of that, and actually that place I think is going to include my internet as well. However, if not, then I'll be spending maybe another $20 American for internet. And that internet will actually be full on high speed, good quality internet. And then my phone. That's it. That's all I'm going to have to pay for. That is it. And that's not that expensive at all. In fact, more than anything, data is used here over actual phone service. So, I mean, on average, my monthly cost, bill wise, is like 600 bucks. I'm going to average it at $600 on the high end. Now, if I move into a different spot, which is what I was looking at, that one there was somewhere around 100,000 yen, or 100 between 100 and 120,000 yen per month, which still, which still would cap me out somewhere within the realm of 700 to 750 a month. And I'm sorry, if you live right, you know what I'm saying. Like, you don't need a crap ton of space, but that spot has space. It also has a monitor system set up to it. Your doorbell is automatic, monitoring system, and everything else records, and then of course it'll let you know who's there. All of those different things that we pay a lot extra for in the states. Now, the $100, all right, that gets you somewhere around a little over 10,000 yen. Now, if you are smart, you know how to go and shop for one. Eating out here is not that expensive. It's really not. And you could like legitimately eat 3 times a day for a week to 2 weeks. Man, these some too good to be true living experience. No, listen, promise. I know, Razor. Trust me, I know. So eating out here, I mean, you can go and spend bread on eating and entertainment and everything else. But let's say that you short on cash. Some stupid shit happens. Stupid shit happening. You know what I'm saying? 10,000 yen easily. You can eat for 2 weeks on 10,000 yen, which is about $100 American. So the cost of I'm saying going out and actually eating too. That's what's crazy about it. But the smarter thing to do would be to go and hit up like a grocery store, a market, whatever. Now there's one that's right. So I walk out, I go left, literally 3 minute walk. There's a market right there, Maruetsu, in fact. Here's the crazy thing about this place, all right? You've got everything you need in there, like all the normal stuff, so on and so forth. But then you can go in, let's say at about 7:30 at night, maybe 8 o'clock, whatever. You might want to get there about 7:30. So all the good food that they actually cook there, I'm talking gyoza, pizzas, fucking croquettes, or how do I explain it? Essentially, like, okay, I went to one of the places called Menchi. So there's a place that I went to, and I showed you guys that little thing. It cost like 300 yen, filled with like beef, or you can get like beef or pork. That one was filled with pork and like caramelized onions, deep fried, so on and so forth. You can go into this store and get all of those different types of things And at 7 o'clock or 7:30 at night, they discount all the prices on everything that they cooked in the store. And we're talking 20, 30, 50%. A couple of nights ago, instead of actually going out to dinner, I actually went there and picked up food. And it cost me in total about $4 American for dinner and breakfast and snack plus a drink. Bruh, $4 for all of that. I mean, that's like the cost of two bags of chips in the States. Let's be real about it. And I mean, even last night, I went and I had ramen last night, which was insane. And then picked up a half a pizza, six big ass gyoza, a menchi, a metal pan, which is melon bread, but it's stuffed with like you can go out to some places and get bread that's stuffed with ice cream and everything else, and it's fucking delicious. That a big ass bag of chips, another a bottle of water, and then like a snack, and it cost me yeah only 890 yen. All of that shit. That's all it cost me. It's insane. So the cost of living. I need to learn Japanese. Spanish was the move after all. Hey, no, you got to keep the Spanish in the back pocket too. That's what's crazy. And oh my God, you know what? Here, that's what's funny too. Like, so hang on one second. I got to check this real fast. Oh snap! So yeah, here, and I think I've said this before that a lot more people here speak English than what you would think. But the thing is, they're afraid to actually speak English because of the fact that they may not be that great at it, and that's fine and all. And that for me, it's simple because I in speaking Japanese, and then in being able to speak the other languages that I speak, like a lot of people got fucking shocked by it. Like others, I've met people, a lot of females. They study Spanish and a few other languages as well. People like to do traveling, and even if not traveling outside of the country, traveling within the country because there's so many places that you can go to, so many different things you can do, and never really get bored. Plus, you run into so many different foreigners and travelers and everything else. To have that language skill it's a good thing, especially for business. Business is one of the biggest reasons why everyone does it. Hold on, let me read chat real quick. What that say? I'm dead ass jealous, bro. I'm curious how is insurance thing. So I haven't had to deal with insurance as far as like car insurance and things like that because I haven't gone and technically got. I need to go and get my license here. And my thing though is that I don't need to drive that much. But from what I've been told, and I was actually talking to this older dude came into the bar that I hang out at, and we were just talking about a lot of different stuff. And he was talking about how one of his family members got in trouble in the states because somebody like ran out in the middle of the street. They hit him, whatever. They ended up in jail for like 2 years, and then like all this different stuff with their insurance. But he was like, here, the insurance costs are usually low, and a lot of times though, if you get this is crazy to me, but I understand it. If you get hit here, it's your fault. I'm talking about like you walk out in the middle of the street, some dumb shit, whatever. You're not paying attention to the lights or whatever. You get hit, it's your fault. But then the insurance costs are not that high from what I understand. And as far as renters insurance, that's usually actually built into the cost of wherever you're renting. That's insane. So I mean, some of the places, you'll get like a actual specific cost to your monthly rent amount and everything else. But then there's extra added fees, but they show you what those extra added fees are before you ever even sign anything or anything else like that. Most contracts are a year to 2 years. A lot more places do 2 years. And then the big peak season for everybody to move is March and April. But yeah, they have built-in insurance in the cost, built-in cleaning in the cost. Some of the places have security stuff like that, which is really in a lot of places unnecessary. But they give you all these extra added options and amenities or whatever. So that's how I mean. As far as insurance, that's as much as I can tell you on insurance for right now. But yeah, so I mean, if you're smart about the way that you do things here, especially if you're just traveling, if you're coming in for a holiday vacation, whatever you want to call it, be smart. I'm telling you, if you are smart about it, you can survive on a lot less than what you think here and go out and enjoy so much more stuff. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. And once you're here, so like initially, like the hotel situation, because I was set up in the hotel for what we got almost 2 weeks. The hotels, like the cost, whatever what it cost me paying from the states was good. I'll say that right now. It was a good price. But then when I had to extend the stay slightly, and I talked to them, and they told me, I was like, wait a minute. I did the conversion in my head. I'm like, what the fuck? What? It almost came out to being half the cost of what I paid in the States when I got here. What would have been smarter if I had thought about this, but I didn't know that I had one so close here in Asakusa. There's spots where you do like monthly rentals, weekly rentals, everything else. And there was a spot that was a monthly rental that was 120,000 yen, and it came with everything you needed. The place was already furnished. It had internet. It had like security, like all kinds of stuff for the month. For the month, 120,000 yen, and technically, what I paid for my first week or so, well, what I paid in the states for the hotel, yeah, it would have covered a month if I had actually known that that place was so close. And in fact, the distance from the hotel where I was to where it is about a 10-minute walk. It's nuts. So I mean, there's all sorts of different things you can get away with or look into before you ever come out here. If you're looking to do a holiday or whatever, or if you're lucky enough to actually be able to move out here on a permanent basis, just to be set up until you get everything else set up the way you want it to be, that's something else you can do. But yeah, the cost here, it's not that bad. And then if you go out into rural areas, shit, it's even less. It's even less. Places like Saitama or even farther out. The thing is, though, at that point, now you're looking at being farther out from where a lot of different things are going on. Now, there is also a downside to living in those